went out to play this afternoon. I thought she was with her, and now she's missing.
That far right window was his bedroom, where Maddie Clifton's body was found under his bed. Just across the street is where Clifton's home was.
I wish to God that I could have known this or understood it when I was 14. I had no clue what life meant, what death meant. I did something horrible. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Jean?
Jacksonville 911.
Yes, sir. Hi. This is. I went out to play this afternoon. I thought she was with her, and now she's missing.
How old is she?
She's 8 years old.
Where was she playing at around the house?
Right around the house here.
Is she a white female or a black female?
She's a white female.
What did she have on when she left?
She had on a red T-shirt. And, Mama, did she have on jeans? No, I've been upstairs, Mama. I have searched.
Ma'am?
Yes.
Blue jeans?
Mama, did she have on blue jeans? What'd she have on? What kind of shorts?
Pair of shorts?
She had on a pair of shorts and a red T-shirt.
She blonde hair, black hair?
No, she's got reddish-brown hair. It's actually a brown with an auburn tint to it.
What's her name?
It's short. Her name is Maddie. She goes, it's Madeline.
What's her last name?
Clifton, C-L-I-F as in Frank, T-O-N.
When's the last time anybody saw her?
Mama, what time did I come home from boating? About 5:30?
About 5.
4:30 to 5 o'clock. About 5:30 was the last time we saw her. And I was letting the kids play out here for a little while, and then she disappeared, and nobody knows where she's at.
She have any friends nearby? Did you go check?
I got every neighbor out here right now.
Okay, the police will be there shortly, ma'am. You keep looking, okay?
Okay, do you know where I am? I mean, I'm at the corner of Fleetwood and Stephen is right there.
What is it?
My husband just came home. And, hold on just a moment. Honey, Maddie is gone. No. Okay, my husband just pulled up, but she's not with him, of course.
Okay, the police are going to be there shortly, ma'am, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was the 911 called Sheila Maddie's mom, made to report her child missing. On November 3rd, 1998, according to Josh, Maddie went to his house and asked him to play baseball with her. Josh agreed, and as the two were playing, Josh accidentally hit the ball into Maddie's left eye. This caused Maddie to bleed, scream, and cry. Josh panicked and dragged Maddie into his house. He said that her clothing came off as he dragged Maddie inside. Maddie's disappearance was reported at around 5 p.m. that day. Neighbors and police came to help search for Maddie. Josh noticed the commotion and asked what happened. After realizing that no one had seen Maddie, he quickly joined the search. He was distressed and helped put up flyers of Maddie. But all along, the 14-year-old boy knew where Maddie was and that all this time the killer was actually among them. Josh, that same day, spent some time with his father, Steve. Let me tell you a little bit about Steve before we continue. Steve was married to Melissa, and together they had Josh. According to Josh and Melissa, Steve was a drug addict and alcoholic who was violent towards the two, and that they lived in fear of him. Steve got really angry if other children came to play with Josh without a supervising adult around. Is it because he knew what his son was capable of? Steve also disliked young girls, which Melissa said she never understood why. Why did you dislike young girls, Steve? Now back to the story. After Josh spent some time with Steve, he went back into his room. Josh discovered that Maddie was still alive and moaning under his bed. He removed the mattress, cut her throat, and stabbed her 7 times in the chest with a knife, killing her. If Josh would have come clean about his actions before killing Maddie, Maddie may still have been alive. Over the next 6 days, the search for Maddie would continue, and also over the next 6 nights, Josh would continue sleeping above the corpse of Maddie. It was not until November 10th that Melissa made a shocking discovery. He went into her son's room and noticed a wet spot on the floor. She began searching his room, and Josh's bed caught her attention, and that is when every mother's worst fear came to be. She later said, "I didn't want to believe what I was seeing." She left the house in shock looking for a police officer, and for a moment, she glanced over at Maddie's house and knew that all hope of finding their daughter alive would soon be crashed. Melissa found an officer camped outside Maddie's house and had him follow her into her house. He entered Josh's room alone and discovered the horror Melissa had seen. Maddie's small feet were sticking out from Josh's mattress. Police found the tape that had been used to hold the bed frame together and keep her body from being discovered. Also discovered was a baseball bat hidden behind Josh's dresser and a knife stashed in the room. Josh also had a lot of air fresheners that he said he used to prevent Maddie's decomposing body from smelling and alerting his parents. The autopsy of Maddie's body. Maddie's body did not show signs of being hit with a baseball. There was no dirt on her body, but Josh claims that he dragged her in the house. Josh was arrested, and the people of the town described him as a quiet and friendly boy, and that no one imagined he could do such a thing. Josh's father, Steve, passed on in 2000 in a car accident and did not get a chance to explain his side of things. Josh was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. He was not eligible for the death penalty because he was under 16 at the time. In 2017, Josh's case was resentenced, and during that trial, even more shocking things were exposed. Josh had occult subjects in his room. Josh was also looking at adult content on his computer just minutes before Maddie's death, and the content was violent in nature. Also, it was revealed that Josh's target that day may have been Jessie, Maddie's older sister, who was 11 at the time. This is because there was a photo of Jessie found in Josh's room, which Josh snuck inside the Clifton's home to steal. It was later revealed that Josh was obsessed with Jessie. In 2018, Josh went to court to apologize to Maddie's family.
For the family of Maddie Clifton, I've wanted to say this for a very long time, and I'm grateful that this chance to do so in person has arrived. I don't pretend to know or understand your pain or to grasp the void that I have created in your lives. I can say this: I do understand pain. I have become quite intimate with suffering. Growing up in prison, I have seen many dark things, and I've been to some dark places. Many times throughout this journey, I came dreadfully close to ending my life just to escape it all. During these times, I was embroiled in a flurry of emotions and feelings: guilt, despair, pain, hopelessness, fear, and shame. Each time, I was somehow able to continue on, mostly because I couldn't stand to put my mother through any more trauma. She's been through enough. There were times that I was angry at her because I couldn't end my pain because of her love. Yet now, I'm eternally grateful to her. I'm grateful to her because as I've grown up, I have learned the value of life. I've learned to see the beauty and joy in a world full of strife and experience the truth of unconditional love. I wish to God that I could have known this or understood it when I was 14. Had I then, none of this would have come about. I had no clue what life meant, what death meant, nor the depths of suffering that could follow one act. I had no inkling of how long that suffering could last. I hadn't lived long enough to understand the time involved or what really suffering was. I did something horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for what happened. Even now, after all these years, it is just unfathomable that all this could have occurred. It tears my mind asunder to know that I stole such a precious life from you, from the world. I so wish I could take away your pain. I thank God that I've been able to continue on in life and grow. But not a day goes by that I don't think of what led me to where I'm at. Not in prison, but in life. I pray every day that you're able to live your lives in spite of the injury I've caused you. I'm supremely grateful to have an opportunity at physical freedom. Yet any joy that arises in my heart is immediately tempered by the knowledge that these proceedings bring all involved once again face to face with the horror that occurred in 1998. When I walk the rec yard here in chains, I look to the sky through mesh wiring, and I thank God repeatedly for giving me hope. My next breath is always devoted to wishing peace and healing upon you all. My hopes, fears, and wishes probably mean nothing to you, but they are there all the same. May you know peace, may you be free from suffering, and may you feel the love that is the sustenance of life itself. May God bless you and heal your wounds as much as possible. Thank you, Your Honor.
Jessie also spoke about her sister's death.
And I remember walking in to the IHOP and seeing a missing persons poster on the window walking into the restaurant.
She did not expect the person who caused all that pain to get a second chance.
Emotionally, it's just like bashing you. Doors open and would yell at each other through here in the middle of the night and tell each other stories, and she'd end up in my bedroom and, "Sissy, can I come sleep with you?"
Where she says she plans to stay forever.
This was the best years of my life. And so being here, it just feels like I'm home.
Dalton Roby wasn't even 2 years old when his brother Derek was brutally murdered.
Not natural to bury your child, right? A parent is supposed to go before a child.
The only thing more shocking than the crime was the identity of the killer.
I had a problem with anger. I know I do. I might be, just happy-go-lucky now, and someone get me mad.
I went out and beat the crap out of a tree. But then he came back in, and his hands were all bloody.
About that tall, 4 years and 10 months. And that person killed him.